Hello everyone. So I feel inspired to make a video. I'm about to get emotional. To help clear the air about someone in my family who has gotten such a negative rap throughout her life, and even with her in heaven, um, she still has a negative rap with people. So, that person I'm talking about today is my mom. Um, I feel very motivated to make this video today because I need people to understand she is and was one of the most beautiful people inside and out. Genuinely. I mean that from the depth of my soul. She had such a beautiful heart, and anybody that knew her knew that. Yes, she did have her issues. All of us do, though. And that's what I need people to understand. Everybody has their struggles, nobody is perfect. Yes, she did make her fair share of mistakes, but it's a human thing to make mistakes. These are a bunch of different pictures that I have of my mother, and of course, my beautiful Mimi, Papa, and Uncle Joey, and me. These are all of, not all, but these are some of my guardian angels in heaven. And they all mean so much to me. Every single one of them do. Um, but I just need people to understand something right now about my mother. She is so uh, so missed. And I was very blessed to have had the last 2 years before she passed, just to get closer to her the last 2 years before she passed. And this is also another reminder to y'all that you need to tell your family members you love them, spend time with them, because you never know when your last day will be, and you never know when their last day will be. So every single day and every single, moment that you get in this life is a gift from Jesus and God. And none of us need to take it for granted, even though it is very easy to do so. I just felt really compelled to make this video because some people, when I talk about my mom and the struggles I went through growing up and stuff, they're always thinking that, my mom was this horrible person because of her, alcoholism, and because she had a pill addiction and, things of that nature. But I need people to understand that they have it wrong. All of y'all really do. Yes, there were traumas that I experienced, but those traumas were because, and I just have to say this, after reading my mother's diary, which was several months when she was in rehab, she wrote a diary and she gave it to me before she died, and I read it. And to this day, it still just brings tears to my eyes to read it because of her love for me and her love for her family and everything like that. But what I'm getting at is the traumas that I experienced have a lot to do with the custody battle that I went through as a kid. And this woman right here, my Mimi, helped raise me, and so did my papa, and so did my mom, and so did my uncle. He was not my uncle, y'all. He was my big brother. And my mom lived with my Mimi and my papa and my Uncle Joey. And so it was my safe haven and my safe place growing up. I loved going over to Mimi's house. This was the place that I just adored growing up. And the house is gone now that my Mimi lived in. It's no longer in our family, which is really sad. Every single time I'm in Conyers, I think about going by there, but I, don't, because I don't want to freak people out. But, I just want people to understand she was not a monster. Never has been and never will be. And I will defend her name till the day I die. And it's sad that people think, that she didn't care about me and everything like that. Y'all have to understand, she loved me very, very much. She had her problems, but so does everybody. And, she is such an amazing person. There's more pictures. Mama, me, Santa Claus, Mimi and Papa. Me and Mom at a petting zoo, I believe, with a squirrel. Mom when I was born. Me and my sister. These are just pictures also. People that I love and care about very much. Me and my mama. This is one of my favorite pictures of my whole entire life. Me and Mom at the beach. Me and my sister again. Sister again. My mom when she was younger. Joey and my mom way before me. Larry, Rachel, and me. Uncle David and my papa. Kareen, me and Mom. Mom and I again. Mom and I again. And these are not the only pictures I have of family members that I love, y'all. Like, there are other pictures in my house of my grandmother and my grandfather and my dad and my stepmom and my cousins and my aunt and uncle. But these are just pictures that I had in this shoebox, and just showing them, I guess, because I want everybody to understand that we are all given one life. We don't need to take a single moment on this planet for granted, even though it is very easy, like I said, to do so. But I just need people to understand that this woman does not and will not be villainized ever. Even though, being a kid and, going through so many different emotions and so many different things, like not understanding why my mom was an alcoholic and, why she had the problems that she had. All that I can say about that is she did try her hardest to get clean. She had a lot of traumas of her own that she was dealing with and coping with as best she could. I honestly can't tell you right now or ever really, because I'm not her, as to why she ever picked up that bottle. But I can tell you that, yes, it is true. If she had never picked up that bottle and never picked up those pills, she'd still be alive today. I definitely believe that. But I also believe that she is so happy where she's at. She's finally with her mama again. She's with her daddy again. She's with her brother again, and I know I will see her again one day. Just please, anybody that does not know my mother personally, on a personal level, like, I mean, really knows her, like, has met her and gotten to know her, and not just meet her one time and that's it. Like, I mean, actually had gotten to know this woman on a personal level, y'all would know that anything that is being said about her or has ever been said about her, y'all need to really look at the bigger picture. Because she wasn't a bad mom. She wasn't. She tried her best, y'all. She genuinely did. There's a lot more I could say about that, but I'm really just trying to make this video to shed a light on my mother, because so many people think things that are just wrong. And I guess why I'm saying all of this is because none of y'all will understand how I feel or what I have gone through until you go through it yourself. So until you have a family member that is an alcoholic, or a family member that is addicted to pills, or a family member period that's addicted to anything, and you have to go through that as a kid, like, you won't understand how I feel. And yes, growing up, I resented her in a lot of ways, because I was like, I am not able to see my grandparents now, and I'm not able to see my uncle because, custodies got, it went from mom having custody to dad having custody to, weekend visits at Mimi's house to twice a month visits at Mimi's house. And that's what killed my grandparents. And I know that they died of comorbidities and stuff like that. I get that. But their hearts broke when that happened. And they were never the same for it. And I feel like it's my fault in so many ways, because, oh, y'all don't understand how hard this video is to make. They all meant and mean so much to me. And my mom does not need to be villainized because of her choices in the past. She was never neglectful. Never. She was not a neglectful mom. Just because she was an alcoholic doesn't mean she was neglectful. Just because she was an alcoholic doesn't mean that she loved me any less. People sometimes have problems, but they work through it. And, my mom never really could, let go of the demons. She just couldn't. But that doesn't make me love her any less. She wasn't, I've heard so many different labels for her. She wasn't crazy. She wasn't a crackpot, which I heard that from somebody I considered a best friend years ago that I was in college with. I don't really want to get into it, but all I'm going to say is I found out she said that about my mother, and that really transformed our friendship, to say the least. Because again, y'all don't know her. These people that have ever said anything negative or vicious towards my mom, y'all don't know her. So shut the hell up. And she's not here anymore, so she can't defend herself. So that's another reason why I'm making this video, is to defend her. And that's Chelsea. Sorry, that's just a random picture of Chelsea. Of course, Joey. Again, these are people I care about. That's why they're in this video. Not all the people I care about are in this video. These are just, again, pictures from a shoebox. Teaching me how to ride a bike. Mom. Beautiful picture of Mom. And no, the person I'm talking about is not Chelsea that said those things. It's a completely different person that I met in 8th grade, and I'm not going to name names, but she knows who she is. I don't even think she follows me, but anyway. You know, I just... Whew. Before anybody judges, number one, I've always heard this, clean out your own backyard first before you talk about somebody else's. Period. Also, you know, those of y'all that never got to know my mom, y'all, quite frankly, have missed your chance now, because she's in heaven now, and you can never, you know, have that chance again of getting to know her. So I'm going to tell y'all a little bit about her. She was a excellent student. She was so smart. She helped me with my math all the time growing up. And math is my worst subject. She was homecoming queen and prom queen, I think, or just homecoming queen. Regardless, she was very popular, but very sweet, very friendly. She was captain of cheerleading squad, I believe. Yeah, I think she was. And she was such a light, and she will sincerely be missed. And this is a video coming from her one and only daughter, and I have the authority to talk about my mother. But I'm going to tell y'all right now, I will never, ever see her as a bad person, because she's not. There are good people all the time that have addictions, y'all. There are good people all the time that have problems. And the thing about it is, a lot of these people that are good people have problems that are hidden in the closet that they don't want people to know about, because they're scared of the judgment. I just genuinely need people to see everything for what it is and know that my bottom line is, just because my mom was an alcoholic does not make her any less of a person or a bad person, because she wasn't. She was a beautiful person. One of the people outside of the family that knew my mom very, very, very well, that I love so much, that is a person that, you know, people, you know, can always look to be a light also is Corrine. I call her Aunt Corrine because she really is. She was basically my mom's sister. And she has been such a huge light, and so has her daughter Rachel. They both have been such a huge light in my life. And if there's anybody outside of my family that knows my mom to a T, it would be, Corrine. And there's Rachel when she was little, and me. We had a sleepover. But yeah, it would be Corrine for sure. And it's just sad because there's so many people that think such horrible things about her, all because she had, an addiction, and all because of certain, I guess, choices that she made or whatever. And it's so unfortunate and so sad because she was struggling, y'all. Like, there was a lot of, demons that she was trying her hardest to rebuke and get rid of. And I do have to say this. My stepdad was her ultimate blessing. And he was a huge person for my mom that I feel gave her love that she never really experienced in a man before. Romantic wise. And I'm so grateful for that because she was in her 50s when she finally met the love of her life. And that's a huge deal. And I definitely have to thank John, my stepdad, so much for taking care of her and loving her the way that she deserved. And so many people growing up and even now say, your mom was such a bad influence on you growing up, and, she she wanted you to stay at home and, not finish school and, stay at home and take care of her and all this stuff, which I have to say, Mom wanted me around her a lot because she lost that opportunity when the whole custody thing happened. She was only allowed to see me once every 2 weeks, or weekend every 2 weeks. And that really hurt her a lot because, I was her baby. And of course it hurt my Mimi and my Papa and my Uncle Joey a lot too, because I mean so much to them and they mean so much to me. So it was really hard on her. And I genuinely don't think that she said or did anything towards me for, ill will towards me. I genuinely don't. I just think that she was so conflicted because she wanted her baby girl home with her. She never really had that when I was an adolescent to teen. She didn't really have that. And so, of course, she would want me, to be at home with her. And looking back at it, I understand now. And this is already a 25-minute video, so if anybody has any questions or anything, or wants to talk to me more in depth about this, feel free to message me. But I just want people to stop thinking of this woman in a negative light. Because regardless of what people from the outside looking in want to think, she helped mold me and shape me and make me into the woman that I am today. But y'all need to understand too, she was a huge backbone for me growing up. There were so many times when I had bullies, that she would pretty much yell at them over the phones and stuff, defending me, because I was always very much a pushover and very much a doormat for people to walk all over, and I am constantly still trying to no longer become that person, but I always try to see the best in people no matter what, and I always try to go out of my way and literally bend over backwards until my back is practically breaking for the other person. Even when they betray me or do me wrong, I still try to be that person for them, because that is what Jesus and God would want me to do. Yes, I have made my fair share of mistakes. Yes, I have done people dirty in the past, and I am genuinely sorry for that. All I can do is pray about it and hope and pray that those people that I, might have, or not might have, but definitely hurt in the past will forgive me for my wrongdoings. And I wish them well, and I pray that they wish me well as well. But I just need people, again, to understand, before anybody says any negative word or connotation about my mother, come to me and talk to me before you even think to speak it. Because y'all don't know the whole story. Y'all only know one side. There's one side of the story, and then there's the truth. And that line is very, very, very thin. And I want to make my mother proud. I want to make all of my guardian angels in heaven proud. I pray that I never let them down, and that I continue to spread light and positivity and good vibes to everyone. This world has gotten pretty dark and has gotten pretty scary, but I just have to hold on to my faith and know that God's going to get me through it no matter what. And yeah. I can't tell you how many times I've heard people say things about her, or people say things about her behind her back, and I know about it. So I'm just here to shut that shit down and let people know that before you judge someone, get to know the whole story. I love each and every single one of you so, so much. And I hope that y'all have a great rest of your week.